Hey, it's your girl KV back with another review for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all, this is season 17, episode 10, Star Spangled Miss. Indeed, it was, because what is wrong with the people? I feel like Real Housewives of Atlanta and Love Island, such polarizing moments, scenarios, characters, relationships, situationships. It's just dividing the internet. But child, we will go ahead and get on started with this episode. We start off with a scene of Pinky. She is wanting to do a TV show about her life. She got 40K to spend. They said, oh, well, right now we about at 80K. She said, yeah, I'm gonna need you to shave that down to 40K. I said, oh, so nobody at the table is getting paid. 40K is licenses, locations, equipment. So everybody just working for free. Good thing that everybody is friends here. She tells us her resume. She used to be the talent scout for Iyanla. Baby, 10, 10, 10s across the board. Iyanla gave us hits. And she used to work as a producer on Maury. We've seen those clips. Maury did his little appearance on the show. We knew that part. She wants this show to be a mix of Atlanta meets Insecure. I said, okay, that's big shoes to fill. Not to say that she couldn't fill them, but for this to be the first thing that she is independently herself spearheading, it's like, okay, shoot for the stars, child. Speaking of which, one of her friends that is involved in the project is Naturi Naughton. We know her from, 3LW. Allegedly, she was the one that they threw the plate of chicken at and kicked her out the group, only for her to end up being the biggest of them all. She went on to play Lil Kim in Notorious. She's Tasha St. Patrick in Power, and many, many other roles. So I'm gonna just cut down to later on where we see the audition. Drew is going to the audition, and Shamia is waiting to audition. So they take her into the room with Shamia. They have a little chit chat. Shamia asks her, is she auditioning? Drew was like, no. Apparently, there are protocols to follow. And Pinky didn't follow said protocols. When Pinky called Drew to ask her to audition, Drew said, yeah, sure. Here, I'm going to send you my manager's email. She'll, set up everything. Everything goes through her. Apparently, Pinky didn't do that. And now, people on the internet feels like Drew should just relax her protocol because she's not that big of an actor anyway. The disrespect is so deep, it's so thick. Drew is a regularly booked actor, regularly booked and paid, okay? Yes, some of them are Tubi movies, but that's still acting. She's still getting a check, and she's still regularly booked. And Tubi ain't the only thing she do. So to constantly try to downplay her career as if, yeah, why wouldn't she just run up and audition? She trying to get a big break. She's not trying to get a big break. She don't have to just run up and audition for Pinky's show. She has done box office projects, whether she was the lead or wife's friend or guy's side chick. She was there. We saw her face. We remembered her. So to act like, oh, Drew, who is she to be doing all of that? She is exactly who she is to do exactly whatever she wants for her career. It seems to be working. Seems to be working. And Pinky flat out admitted that she didn't email the lady. But then tried to take a dig at her like, after Shamia had auditioned. See, you're going to go far in life because you're not coming in here trying to ride off the friend card. And that's what really matters is your hard work. And I'm like, the irony, because you were trying to ride off the friend card to get Drew to audition for your show. We don't see it. We don't see that. That's exactly what she was doing. But yeah, child. So next up, we see, you know, the fun girls, the fun crew over at Cynthia's house, Lake Bailey, y'all. We love it over there. Drew and Angela get there first. They meet her boyfriend, Le Prince. What is he, Dutch? The Dutch man, okay. Portia gets there next, and you can, everybody watching the TV was like, ooh, how she finna greet this man? Last time Portia walked to somebody's house and greeted somebody man, she walked out with him. And Cynthia, you better get this big booty help out your house. Portia go in for, you know, the ultimate church hug. You know, her legs was about a feet away and she just leaned in and did a little pat, and he knew better, so he did the same thing. I said, all right. All right. So Prince leaves, you know. Cynthia said, I'm just glad to have a man who can catch a hint and know that he don't need to be sitting up while the girls is having tea party, okay? I said, baby, they should have flashed to Nene and Peter. You need to get out of women's business and stop acting like a bitch, okay? They should. What a missed opportunity. They should have flashed to that, okay? So now, Portia gets there, Drew and Angela there, Prince leaves, Phaedra gets there last. They already sitting on that couch. I need the details on that couch. It looks perfect for lounging, girls' night, movies, all of the things. Loved it. So Phaedra gets there. She said, oh, I know I'm real late if Drew here before me. So at this point, Phaedra and them tell the other girls about the lunch, about getting Portia and K. Michelle together, run down all of that. They gonna squash it, but blah, blah, who cares? Angela tells them about her meeting up with Shamia and how Shamia says something about her marriage, so she says something about Shamia marriage, and she doubles down, triples down on the fact that she feels like Shamia is sleeping with all these athletes. Okay, she said, no, I ain't got no proof. I just believe the person that told me. Who was the person? I ain't gonna tell you the person either. Figures. But I mean, these girls make up rumors about each other all the time. They're making it out like, oh my gosh, she needs to be fired because why is she messing with marriages? I said, no, y'all didn't say that when Giselle Bryant be y'all fave. Not when Giselle Bryant be y'all fave. Y'all need to calm it on down. So, yes, Angela be doing too much, though. It's like, girl. But Shamia be starting it. So, who's to say how somebody supposed to react when you start with them? Because Shamia flat out said, your husband and me be in these streets. And Angela said, my husband see you when he in them streets. Now what? Since my husband in them streets, yep, and he see you. Now what? While you sleeping with these athletes, the Hawks players and the Falcons players, and why you won't let go of that Hawks job because you need access to the players. I said, well, I would hope not, now that she got a really, really rich man. A really, really rich man, you know, that can take care of her. And Gerald is 60-something years old, but Gerald look good for his age. Y'all need to stop playing with Gerald. Gerald is not an ugly man, and he looks good for his age. Y'all be trying to act like Gerald look like the gravel on the road. Like, y'all be really trying that man. So, they sitting there, and while they're talking, I think Cynthia gets a text message from Shamia. She's like, oh, Phaedra, you're on this thread too. It's an invite to Shamia's husband's birthday party the next day. And they need to be wearing African garb. So they like, girl, where I'm supposed to get something from? And it's tomorrow. Phaedra asks, is Drew gonna be her +1? Drew said, I ain't crashing no more parties I ain't invited to. Okay. Portia, they just telling you all about this now. She just invited y'all now. She invited Dennis last week. Drew is gagged because now she's inviting Dennis when she made her storyline last season about Drew working with Dennis for music. And they had a hard on using Drew as a storyline to just ride off of that, especially Portia, because she ain't had no marriage to she ain't had no marriage to present. But it's like Portia and Drew understand reality TV, I suppose. So yes, they were at it last season, but they were on the road to becoming real friends before that, and probably did become real friends before that. So yeah, they can have a stupid fallout on TV for the sake of storyline and be back friends next season. Yes. Yes. That's not even reality TV. That's life. That's life. You be mad in the moment. You sit down and be like, huh, it really wasn't that deep to be out there mad for. Girl, what you doing? Let's go have lunch and drinks. That's life. So Drew and Portia making up and Drew still being a go naked model and stuff, that's not all that crazy to me. Shamia still holding on to a beef with Drew that she rode on for Portia last season is so crazy to me. Cause if you was mad, the only problem you got with this girl is because you was lapdogging. Once your friend that was beefing with her make up with her, you know, give it a little time so you don't look too followerish. But you go in there and you be like, hey girl, you know what? We was beefing and it didn't have to be all that. Let's just squash it and start over. No, baby, Shamia is doubling down on a beef with Drew that is not hers and does not even exist anymore. It's insane. So they're all like, but why is she cool with Dennis? She cool with Dennis like that? Angela said, Dennis gave you a hit, Drew, and now she want one too. A mess. So they asked Drew, oh, I said that part. I asked Drew if we're gonna crash. I think that's it at the girls get together. So we see this small scene with K. Michelle on the phone with the grandma's the baby. Okay? The grandma's the baby. And I usually don't even be really talking about these in-between scenes. You know, I enjoy seeing the family. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy seeing people be humanized past their petty beefs, their arguments. So yeah, I don't usually even do all these little in-between scenes. But K. Michelle on the phone with her son starts off, you know, innocent enough, sweet enough, but I'm like, they wouldn't be showing it to us if it was just a sweet little heart endearing moment, right? Right. So she's bigging him up. Yeah, you just graduated top of your class and on your way to law school, you got your corporate job, you're doing good. He about to go to work and everything. And he said he gonna go to the movies or go out or something. And she tells him, don't be sneaking in no little fast tail girls. Mind you, he just graduated from college. He like 21, 22 years old. And she just told him, don't be sneaking in no little fast tail girls. That happened. That happened. She told him, no gutter snipes because he's too good for that. I said, now when the people told Idris that about you, you had a cow, but we'll move on. We'll move on. We get to Shamia's husband's party. Looks fun enough. He's surprised. We see some smiles. We was worried. I didn't know if he was going to like the surprise or not, but he was fine. He enjoyed his surprise and, you know, on forward and so on. And then, Kelly's drunk self starts crying, and she does this toast about how their couples goals and they're her couples goals, and she just wished this and Gerald this and that. I was just like, what is happening? And then she cried and she like, Gerald, we here for you. We for you. It's your birthday. I was just like, okay, somebody give Kelly some water. Give her some Pedialyte, please. We got some kids in the house. I'm sure some Pedialyte somewhere because Kelly needs to sober up. Kelly in the confessional, she said she don't even remember doing no toast. She said, girl, I was drunk. I don't even remember doing no toast at that party. I said, we could tell because you was drunk and crying, child. And then they started talking about Shamia and Angela, their whole ordeal. Are they gonna get it back on track? Are they gonna be this? Shamia's like, well, she came for my marriage. She came in the door. First of all, first thing she said was that I'm sleeping around on Gerald. And it's like, Shamia, Do you see the cameras? You know the cameras was there, right? For one, that's definitely not the first thing she said. She started off calm. She came in peace. You came on 10, and you came for her marriage first, and she replied and came for your marriage. And Cynthia was like, oh, okay, well, she told us that you came for her marriage. And then Shamia starts deflecting, talking about this, calling her Bigfoot and all this stuff like that. And Cynthia's like, can we just stop the Bigfoot stuff? Because, you know, I'm catching strays somehow. I'm catching strays. And Shania's like, well, you wear your big feet well. And Cynthia just looking at her like, well, child, it's your house. I said that was Cynthia's nice way of being like, I ain't even finna argue with you in your house, girl. If you want to act a fool and do all this, then so be it, girl, so be it. And then she's like, and then she called my ass fake. She called it fake. And Kelly's like, it's not fake. I touched it. It's soft. And Shamia gets up and toots it up like she generally does. And Kelly goes over and just lovingly caressing her booty. And I'm like, okay. If that's y'all friendship, humping on each other and rubbing on each other's booties and stuff, you know. Shamia, where your husband at when all this going on? How Gerald feel about this? Gerald, how you feel about this? Okay. So, lastly, we see Drew singing at the Rich Homie Quan Memorial. Portia and Shamia are there to support her. Was it Kelly too? I feel like it was 3 people standing on the sidelines. They were there to support her, and she does a pretty good job. She sings well. K. Michelle gets there, but she is trying to stay in the car because she calls Phaedra, and Phaedra is not there. Phaedra tells her, girl, go in. Girl, go in. And she goes in and she lets us know that she knows the family. She knows Rich Homie Quan's family. She tells Drew, when Drew tries to greet her and be like, hey, thanks for coming. Why you so late? I thought you were sick. Oh, I didn't come for you. I came for the family. Well, come then. Go on ahead then, child. I was just like, all righty then. So now, somebody says, let's go for drinks. It's a spot down the street. I think it's Shamia. They go for drinks. Drew is under the impression that all the girls that's there is going to go. But she gets there and it ends up just being K. Michelle and Shamia. But Drew ain't no punk. She going to be 10 toes down, okay? Drew ain't never been punk Sedora. Because I'm from Chicago. She's 10 toes down. So she's sitting there with both of her ops and don't give not nary a care, okay? Don't give not nary a care. So after that, they're sitting there, and Kay starts going back and forth, and I'm not really understanding what they're talking about. You told me I don't belong, I wasn't wanted, and Drew was like, I don't understand when people don't speak in full sentences with punctuations and da-da-da. And I'm like, huh? I'm team Drew this season, but that don't mean she don't be getting on my nerves, because she still can be annoying. You know, Drew gonna always be annoying. But the way that y'all try to ride her and make it seem like she's just so ridiculous, lame, corny, and it's like Shamia is right there. Shamia is right there if we're looking for somebody ridiculous, lame, and corny. Drew has some corny moments, but her personality isn't cornball. Shamia. All right. So they're going back and forth, and K. Michelle essentially starts playing the victim to me. If you ask me, she starts playing the victim because she's like, oh, it's always a problem, or you're always talking about me, and da-da-da-da. And Drew's like, really? You think somebody's always messing with you? Well, you should start speaking up for yourself. Baby, I gagged. You should start speaking up for yourself. Period. Because what are you expecting if you got a problem with everybody but nobody knows that you have a problem? And then your problem don't even be real problems. Your problem be something you done made up in your head. And even if it is true, Kay, that these girls went and was plotting on you and was digging up information, I don't doubt it. They all do. They all dig up information. The fact that they have not pulled anything out yet and you just jumping the gun like, they plotting on me. when all of the signs is pointing to K. Michelle as being the one doing the plotting. Okay, that's the crazy part for me, because even in this episode, a scene that I really didn't care to talk about, Phaedra went over to K. Michelle's house. K. Michelle said, you know, I was really trying to look for reasons to not like Phaedra. So you came in with a plot and a preconceived notion. And when it didn't work to carry it out, you had to pivot. Is that what you're telling us? Is that what you're admitting to, Kay? Okay. So they're going back and forth. She tells her, so you need to start speaking up for yourself. Drew gagged her. Kay said, the little choke laugh. And like I said, that is the problem, because Kay is always going behind somebody's back to talk mess about whoever it is to somebody else, but never to their face. When it's to their face, they know who they are. You know who you are, trying to ruin people's lives. We don't know who it is, because you're not saying anything, babe. Nothing has happened to you. We don't know where to point, because nothing has happened to you. So she said she's gonna go to the bathroom. And Shamia's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're gonna go to the bathroom. You're trying to leave. You're trying to leave. And Shamia takes her purse. Shamia takes her purse and sits it down next to her. Child, Kay gets in maybe it was a production car. Kay gets in Shamia's car and rolls up to the side of them. And she's just like, girl, you left your purse. Drew said, I rattled her that bad that she would leave her Chanel. The big Chanel too. I was just like, okay, it's just falling so flat for me. So now Shamia and Drew are at the table. They're kind of going back and forth, and Drew is just like, I ain't do nothing to her. I'm not understanding why she has such a problem with me. I ain't do nothing to her. Shamia's like, but you keep bringing up your dude's name. You keep bringing her up with your dude's name. And Drew said, and Shamia said, Shamia says, I know it's a lie, but just go along for argument's sake. You can see the look on Shamia's face that she didn't even believe it when she said it. Go back and look at Shamia's face when she said, but you keep bringing up your dude's name with her. And Drew gives her a face, and Shamia looks like, she looked like a kid that you just told to sit down with their bowl of milk, and they don't sit down and they spill that bowl of milk. That's what Shamia was looking like. Like, ooh, I know I messed up, but don't pay no mind right now. Girl. Just a real hot mess. And so they're going back and forth, and Shamia ends up telling her, girl, you a lapdog. You was a lapdog for Portia last year, now you K. Michelle lapdog. And it's true. It's true. She doesn't have her own beef. She's carrying out everybody else's agenda but her own. And it's lame. She goes to the car. She asks Kay to take her home as if that wasn't initially her car. Lame. Such a beta bitch. Like, my God, Shamia. You have all the ingredients to be that girl, and you just, you fight for that beta bitch position, and I don't understand. And now K. Michelle's lame ass gets the driver to put on the Star Spangled Banner, and they're hanging out of the car singing the Star Spangled Banner, taunting Drew. Drew is sitting there with her glass and her phone and confusion upon her face, because what have I done to either of y'all for y'all to be sitting here bullying and taunting me as you sing hanging out of the car on the side of a road? It's really giving they jealous. And that's it. If you watch my channel, you know that is the last word I like to bring up, because people could not like you and not be jealous of you. But these women is giving jealous, because what else is there? Y'all feel like Drew is so much less than, but she's getting booked and you're not. Did you want to sing for Rich Homie Quan, Shamia? Did you want to sing for Rich Homie Quan, K. Michelle? You talking about you knew the family and all that. So was that a sore spot that you actually know the family and they didn't pick you? Like, I'm just wondering. The people be wondering, child, and it's me. I'm the people. So that is the end of this episode, child. I think this is like mid-season. I think we're at mid-season right now. So, yeah. Yeah. We're going to see where this goes. They still got a full cash trip. I think what they said, Scotland. They still got a trip to Scotland and a few other little things and arguments and diddly-daddlies to get through. We're going to see if Shamir got a Sarah get pregnant or not. I guess we're going to... they about to film the reunion. I hate how they filmed the reunion so early because it's mid-season for us. So... that means they probably had to rush and watch the episodes. Because granted, yeah, they lived it, but they don't see people's confessionals. They don't see what happens in scenes that they weren't in until they watch the show. So them having to rush to watch the show and then Andy asking us questions when we ain't seen half the season, talking about what you want to ask the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We want to ask you why y'all filming the season so daggone early. I mean, the reunion so early. And see, I think I talked about this a while ago. Maybe this, no, because those came after. But maybe this is what they should do. They need to bring back those bloopers episodes. Give us a bloopers episodes or a things you didn't know or a fun facts episode after all the episodes air before the reunion airs. And it gives us a little bit more breathing room to see a few more episodes before y'all got to film the reunion. Because it's just not working for me, Andy. It's just not. So that's my question. KV from Memphis. Why y'all film so early? But y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, comment, let me know what y'all are thinking about the video. Are y'all Team Drew or are y'all Team Shamia Kelly K? Tell me in the comments. Bye.